Hi, my name's Kyle Chaney. We're here in Millersport, Ohio, where I live and also where I work on all my side-by-sides and trucks. So this is my Techplex Cars. This car I've been racing at Techplex and side-by-side sports. We actually just got back from Lena, the second side-by-side sports race. Had a good race in the car. We ended up winning, so it was really good. So now I'm taking it apart and putting some of the parts off of this onto my Champ car. This is the Champ car that CT Raceworks just built. I have not raced this car yet. We just put it together, and I actually tested it after Lena, after the side-by-side sports race. Johnny went up and helped me do some suspension stuff, so we're getting it dialed in and changing some stuff right now, and we're actually prepping it for the first race, the first Champ race right now. So that's this car, and that's this garage. This is usually where the side-by-sides get worked on, in this garage. And then this is where I park my RV. I park it inside. I built my own house, and I wanted to incorporate an RV bay because when you get home from a race, it sucks trying to unload everything from outside and move it inside. So it's really nice just having it in here, and I can just leave all my junk in there. So back here, this is where I store my King of Hammers car. This was my King of Hammers car from this year. It's got some battle wounds, but she did good. We ended up winning both the UTV races, and finished 11th in the 4400. So this car had its work cut out for it. But we had a good group of guys out there, and we ended up doing really good. But yeah, she's back here for now. Oh, so actually this side is tore up because in the 4400 race, I rolled it on its side in outer limits, and there was no rock to hook to. So we had to drag the car on its side for like 30 yards, and I had to leave the car running because the winch wouldn't work without the car running. So we had to drag the car on its side for like 30 yards, and Scotty and I still couldn't get the car flipped back over. So luckily Hunter Miller came along and helped flip me back over, but that's why this side's all tore up, because we drug it for 30 yards on its side. We'll go over to the Pro4 shop. We just added this on. I added this on after I built the house, because when we built the house, I wasn't planning on racing a Pro4, and then kind of came about. Johnny Grease knew somebody that wanted a driver for a Pro4, so I'm like, yeah, for sure, I'll do it. And that was 2 years ago, and that deal fell through. And but I'd already drove one. I got to drive CJ's Pro4 for the first time at Crandon, because that's the one they were going to buy. So I got to drive it, and I got that taste of a Pro4, and I'm like, man, I really want to drive one, when they told me that, you know, the deal fell through. So Johnny actually found me this truck. It's actually a twin truck to Johnny's truck. It was the truck that Racer Engineering built after they built Johnny's. So Scotty Lawrence from Rival Motorsports actually ended up flipping the bill for it, because I didn't have the money for it. But yeah, so this is a truck I raced last year in Champ. We're prepping it for this year. I'm not going to make the first round. We had some issues, just some sponsorship issue stuff, and I didn't get enough testing in off season. So we are taking this to Antigo, but I'm not racing it. We are going to test with a truck at Crandon after Antigo. So if everything goes good there, then we'll be at Crandon racing Pro4. So let's hope so. This was actually my pre-runner at King of Hammers. You know, we took 3 cars out there. I took a desert car, my race car, and then this was the pre-runner car. So it was actually looked really bad. This car, I took it straight to King's Graveyard and went down King's Graveyard and bent the tire rods, broke 3 of the 4 axles, rolled it on its top. She had a really rough go, like the first 5 miles of its life, but put a new cage on it and cleaned it up. And actually, Scott Douglas is wanting it, so this might be his new get around. So this is my house. This is my upstairs. These are all my deer. This was actually the buck I shot this year. This was YG. He's not mounted yet because his cape is still getting done. But every buck in here was shot with a bow. I do a lot of bow hunting, so when I'm not racing in the 9 months that I race out of, I am in the woods deer hunting. So that's what I love to do. So if I'm not racing, I'm deer hunting. Even when I'm racing, I'm still thinking about deer hunting. So these were like all my early stage deer. Like I started deer hunting when I was 16. And ever since then, it's kind of been like a passion. And then these are my last year's deer. As you can tell, they get bigger. My passion grows, and you know, the bigger ones are harder to get. So it takes a lot more time and effort to shoot a big mature buck every year. So I like putting in the time. You know, I could go out and probably shoot a deer anytime I go out, but to shoot, you know, I usually I run about 10 to 15 trail cameras a year, and like 10 or 15 different spots, and then I find one buck that I want to target and go after, and then I'll just focus all my time on one deer. So sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, sometimes someone else gets them. So, and it does, it's pretty sad, but it's even sad when I shoot them too, because after I get it, it's like the chase is done, it's over with, and you know, it's just I don't know, it's almost like it's just a sad feeling. But you know, the adrenaline you get from harvesting an animal that you put so much time and effort in is definitely rewarding. And then this is my office. This is where I have all my trophies from over the years, and I'm running out of room. I should have built a bigger one. Probably the one that stands out the most isn't here. It's my King of Hammers win from this year, and we're actually making replica trophies to give to my sponsors. So it's actually being scanned right now, so I don't have it here. But that's probably the one that means the most. Hi, I'm Kyle Chaney. Thanks for coming visiting me at my shop. I'll see you guys at Ames Oil Championship Off-Road.
What the doers is she playing?